Hey, folks, it's Tuesday night. It's 9:30. It's time to go behind the hedges. I'm Mitch.
This is Matt.
All right, and here we are again for our weekly rundown of all things Georgia, and segging into some things college football. How's things, Matt? How's things?
I didn't even know if I was going to make it tonight, and probably shouldn't have. I'm going to regret this tomorrow. 5:45 going to come early. That ain't when I got to wake up. That's when I got to clock in.
He's clocking in. I see.
But I tell you what, George Washington plays the piano well, and these Coors Lights are cold. So let's do this.
Well, hey, listen. So I'm asking you that because I know that it leads to a different question, and that is that we may have to change the starting time of this show to accommodate Matt's work schedule.
That's on me. So, I had a beautiful thing going with a set schedule to come to y'all every Tuesday night without interruption, but I decided to take a promotion, and with that came some crazy hours. Not saying it won't be on Tuesdays, but there may be some nights where we need to get with y'all and let you know different time, different night, maybe. There may be some flexibility.
Yeah. So regardless, like, share, and subscribe, and all those things that you would do with videos. Please hit the likes and share these videos with your friends. If you're watching these and you like the things we have to say, or if you don't like the things we have to say, share these with your friends. Hey, what if I tell you what I'm going to do? I'm going to put the invite link up on the screen here. 1 second. And, well, you know what I just thought of, Matt? We didn't do the
thing?
We didn't do that
thing.
Do that thing. So we should do the thing. So here goes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, so as I was saying, down here at the bottom of the screen, right there, you're going to see a URL. If you'll hammer that into your browser, then you can come on the show. In fact, we are going to welcome our first guest of the evening. Ooh, look.
They're multiplying. It's electrifying. There's two of them now. What the hell am I looking at?
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, this is my younger sibling and Clemson fan, Mikey. What do you have to say for yourself, son?
Wait, time out. And for those of you who extra don't know, this is the triumvirate of the Bipolar Express.
Ooh,
there you
go. Just so you know now.
Yeah. You done resurrected some old demons, haven't you?
Hey, I hosted trivia at the local brewery a couple weeks ago. And there was someone from Valdosta that was there that actually played as Bipolar Express, and I called him a poser and made him change their name. So
you should. And it wasn't but one trivia team in the history of South Georgia got booed out the building. It was like we were Harley Race walking into Memphis in 1977. They'd say the names of the teams, and at Charlie O'Court's, they'd be like, "And the Bipolar Express, boo!" Yeah,
man. Okay. Dude, and just for everybody wonders, those are some blood sports. Those trivia nights, and we won in a 52-week period. I kept a spreadsheet of this. In a 52-week period, we won 38 times in 52 weeks.
I know we ate a lot of free wings.
Amongst other things, free. But anyhow, that's I guess neither here nor there. So tonight we brought Mikey on. Mikey wants to say a few words. He wants to join our conversation. But we got some questions to talk about. Old business first. Bulldogs 2-0 with wins over Clemson and UAB. We all know who Clemson is, but and for those of you who don't know UAB, I'm not here to tell you that UAB should be a top 10 ranked team, but they are probably in line for a conference championship of their own, maybe. The thing that's notable about UAB that people need to pay attention is in the first week of the season, they played Jacksonville State, and they beat Jacksonville State 31-0. Now, who is Jacksonville State? Well, they're the team that just made those Florida State cheerleaders' faces look all silly. In case you saw that, Jacksonville State, Mikey, who's their quarterback?
Oh gosh, Zarek Cooper.
Who's that?
His name? Well, if there wasn't a fellow named Trevor Lawrence starting at Clemson, he would have been the 5-star recruit starting quarterback at Clemson for the last 3 years.
So Trevor comes in, Cooper, it gets edged out, and winds up at Jacksonville State, where he proceeds to get pummeled by UAB, and then lights up Tallahassee, right?
Yeah, something like that.
So UAB's not trash. Is that what you're telling me?
No. I mean, I think they're definitely what are they? AAC or
I think Conference USA.
Yeah, I mean,
you guys hammer it out. I'll look it up.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, I think that they're in the driver's seat to win their conference. So I mean, I think they're definitely a Group of 5 conference winner.
They are Conference USA.
Yeah. And to that end, Jacksonville State is they're a top 10 FCS school too. Yeah, I mean they're not a pushover. I mean we saw what North Dakota, was it North Dakota or Montana that beat Washington?
It was Montana.
Montana. Yeah, I mean Montana's probably number 1 or 2 in FCS, and then of course North Dakota State's there doing what the Bison do. So
there's the trickle down effect of these teams and who they are and what they're not. So I guess let me open this up then. Based on the 2-game sample size we have, do you have more clarity in your mind about who Alabama is or who Georgia is? Based on the 2-game sample size that we have.
You asking Mikey or you just asking the room?
I'm asking the room. You go ahead.
I'm gonna answer and justify my answer, and I'm gonna say, based on the sample size that we have more clarity on who Alabama is, and I'm gonna say that because Alabama is who they can be. That means they started the season with their best team. Georgia started the season with a bunch of dudes not on the field. So we haven't seen Georgia's best team. And so therefore I'm saying that I know more about who Alabama is than I know about who Georgia is.
So the ceiling, you're saying basically that Alabama's real good, but the ceiling for Georgia might be higher. Okay. Mike? I
do believe that's right. Yeah.
I mean, I think Alabama is who they are, who we thought they were, you know, I mean, that's a given. I mean, obviously, in week 1, Georgia showed just exactly what their defense was, and they're great. They're great. I have misgivings about that game because of not so great play by some of the people who we as Clemson assume were going to be superstars. But that's neither here nor there in that conversation. And then they went out against UAB and did what they were supposed to do. So, I mean, they have definitely been tested a lot more than Alabama has. Their cupcake, if you will, was more of a corn muffin compared to the mint chocolate
a brand muffin.
Yeah, I mean, I think they had a much tougher cupcake than Alabama did with Mercer, and I think Alabama kind of toyed with Mercer a little bit. You know, they were the cat that wasn't quite ready to kill the rat just yet. And then, I mean, they blew them out, but I think that they could have blown them out a lot worse than they did. Though that's not necessarily Saban's way, I don't guess. But
I don't know, man. I'll say this. I'm not going to argue too much with you, but I want to say that Alabama punted on their first 2 possessions, and Nick Saban tossed every clipboard in the stadium and broke every pair of headphones in the stadium. You know, the dude was not happy. Yeah. Now Saban is not happy. He's not a happy guy, right?
Right.
But I coulda, woulda, shoulda beat Mercer worse. They didn't. They did what they did against Mercer. And so at some point you are what you are. You know what I'm saying? And is that what Alabama is? Well, it is what they were on Saturday. And they don't have another chance to show that until next Saturday. So
Alabama has given up 3 offensive touchdowns. Georgia's given up none. And this is against Clemson.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm this is probably the last time I'll say it. I think I said it enough last week, whenever it was we talked about it. That really shocked me. I picked Georgia to win, but I wasn't comfortable off the record saying we were going to win that game. Walking in there with who we had. I did not I expected the defense to be real good. Not like that. I really didn't. So, I didn't watch the game. I was at work. I had my phone turned off. I'll share this again because I don't think I've talked to Mikey. I get home. I see the score on my computer screen, and I'm like, 10-3. I'm like, oh, man, my computer's not working. It's stuck on the second quarter score. No, that's the fourth quarter. What the hell is what the fuck is this? And then I was able to log in and watch live on ESPN the last 2 minutes. And I was just like, what? We're conditioned in this day and age. Offense, yards, points. Defense is dead. We've heard this for 2-3 years running. I'm happy with the win, but I was very taken aback about how it went down. I'm like, I know. I've seen it. What Clemson is and what they can do. 2 yards rushing. That's not a thing. That's not a thing when you're talking about Clemson. It's not. 3 points. That's not a thing, man. They went up. Last week? What'd you do on South Carolina State? I mean, call South Carolina State a high school team. I don't care. 66 points. So we know that you're not inept. You did what you were supposed to do against a team like that. I was taken aback. I was like, I don't know how this happened. I don't know how this. And I went and watched the highlights, and it was just, y'all be in the red zone. I'm like, I'm glad I knew the outcome of this game, because if I was watching this live, this is the play that breaks the dam that Clemson finally starts to pull away. And for some reason, somehow, some way, it just didn't happen. And
welcome, Rocky Top.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Tennessee's in the house. Anyway, long story
Rocky
short,
Top has entered the chat.
That's a lot of. I mean, the further I get
up, Dren?
from that game, the more
Mike, it's the right time to class up the joint.
Yeah. No, we ain't on.
You got on the wrong color orange, brother.
I'm sorry, buddy. I don't know how the hell you gonna lose the pit after I cut that promo and even show up in my damn chat room. I did that for you. I did it for you, baby.
I know you did, and I don't know why. I don't know why you're blaming me. It was the how no wait. How, when you, with the exception of one play, the first offensive snap that you had of the game, you were getting your ass kicked in the interior line. You call 4th and 1 on the 3-yard line with a game on the line. You call that play. You call it up the gut. How the hell you call that play? I don't know. It was not an RPA. It wasn't. It should have been
the hype is real
around the right side. I'm sorry.
The hype is real. You said it yourself.
The hype is real. You did say that.
I heard it, Dren.
Rocky. It's Rocky on Rocky Top.
Hey, let's pose this question to Dren then, since he's just getting here.
Sure.
Based on the 2-game sample size that we have, are you more clear on who Alabama is or who Georgia is? Based on the 2-game sample size we have.
I kind of always figured I had a pretty good idea of what Georgia was coming in. So I'll say Georgia, because I mean at some point,
I felt like at some
point, guys, the law of diminishing returns was going to kick in on Saban. It was going to happen. There was no way that he could.
So when is that going to happen again?
So yeah, when is that? When is that exactly?
Well, if Ethan were here, he might have an idea about that.
All right, let's hear it.
I said if Ethan were here, he might have an idea.
Yeah.
He might back up that theory. I don't think Florida's going to win that game, but I'm not going to drop my hat. I'm not going to drop my hat and reset my life if they do. Stranger things have happened to better Alabama teams. They're going to the swamp. I mean, that counts for something. We've already seen some chaos. We see Oregon come in and beat Ohio State.
Tennessee has back up. What is
damn? This is the most orange I've seen in years.
But only one of them is the right color, orange.
Yes.
Oh my God.
It's about time my hetero life mate showed up to this show.
Well, since we're asking the question, Matt, let's go ahead. Let's ask Brandon as well.
All right, Brandon. Based on the 2-game sample size that we have, do you have more clarity on who Alabama is or who Georgia is? Again, based on the 2-game sample size that we have.
Motherfucker, I ain't deaf.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go with Bama. I'm gonna have to go with Bama, just because we didn't know what their quarterback was gonna do, and he's shown me more than Jesus Christ Daniels has this season.
It's JT Daniels Christ.
You're gonna need to get that right.
I think you might want to slow down on them Millers.
Well, guys, you have to understand. Brandon has much more loathing in his heart for Georgia than I do.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Yes, it is. I mean, it is.
It's going to be a lot unfortunate. When do we beat y'all this year? What's the date of that meeting? Let me see here.
Oh, man. So Matt,
you're talking about November 13th?
Yeah, it's in November, second week of November, I think.
There will be no stay of execution. It's happening.
So Matt, you've asked the room. I want to hear it from you. What is your opinion on this matter?
Based on the 2 games, I'm more clear on Georgia, and it's surprising. It has surprised me because we coming into this season with what we've got as far as a deck. This is it reeked of 18, 19, 20. Head scratching plays and head scratching losses by now. That Clemson game is a game I think everybody here would at least be receptive to the idea. That's usually a game Georgia drops.
Yes.
The way it went down, the way it was played, the defense is awesome, but you can't. We've been conditioned in these last 5 years. Defense is dead. Points, yada, yada, yada. I already said that. And then you come out against UAB with your backup quarterback, and of course, Mitch and I ran our. We have a big egg on our face, Mitch, with this Stetson Bennett thing, and I'm happy to scrape that egg off and eat it. But we do what we're supposed to do to a team like UAB, who's not trash. I've been told. No. It looks and it feels different. And I mentioned to Mitch, the open field tackling, the pursuit, Jordan Davis runs down their quarterback from the middle of the field as a nose tackle. The nose tackle. There's a feeling. Is it any coincidence that all this starts to come together on that side of the ball, and Muschamp is the special teams coach? Does anybody find that strange? All of a sudden, Muschamp's on our squad as the special teams coach, but now we're eating people for breakfast. Does that seem strange to anybody else?
Let me ask you this question: Who is Georgia's defensive coordinator? Because if you Google it, you'll find Dan Lanning's name. But I'm going to tell you, dude, Dan Lanning is standing next to Kirby and Muschamp, and dude, those guys, if they know anything, it's how to play defensive football. And so, we got some bosses back there. And we got some masterminds, some mad scientist types, and defense might be dead, but this corpse is kicking. You know what I'm saying?
It's almost like a zombie in Thriller coming to get you. I'm happy, but I'm taken aback because I've been conditioned. You got to score points, you got to throw yards, you got to have a quarterback. We got one, but he hasn't really done anything. And then the backup comes in. There's a lot of weirdness. There's a lot of weird feelings I have, but. Yeah. At the end of the day, we haven't allowed an offensive touchdown yet. Bama cannot say the same.
That's true.
Well, I'm glad that Nick had that to say because I want to ask my question now, Matt. This is kind of funny to me, and it really the thought occurred to me today, and then I was sitting out there getting ready for the show, and I was reading the latest. Dog Nation Daily article, and it actually mentioned this, and I thought, so there is something to it. Though in the article it mentioned Kirby, as typical Kirby, really, really downplayed it, and that is, you guys, Muschamp was the head coach of South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
The line on that game is 30.5 points. And I'm looking at this line thinking, God, that is a lot of points. Holy cow, that's a lot of points. And can we cover this points? Man, let me look. Yes, we can cover that spread. I know it's not time to do picks now, but we can cover that spread. And here's why. If UAB were in the SEC, Tennessee, you guys are not going to like this. It would be between UAB and Tennessee for 5th place in the East.
Damn. Are y'all sure y'all his friends?
I'm really questioning that right now.
Disagree with me. I mean, argue with me. The thing is that I believe UAB is better than Vanderbilt. I think they're better than South Carolina. And I don't think we know. I want to say that Tennessee is showing some signs of life in certain areas, but man, and then you just look at and then they just look like Tennessee. You know what I mean? And the 4th and 1 call, the inconsistent play from Milton, and then you get Hooker. You get the hooker out there, and dude looks really good, and then he wants to be reminded that he plays for Tennessee, and then not look good. You know what I mean? And yeah, Pitt's a team that beats some teams, Mikey. Yeah, I get that.
Probably, I mean, JT, Jesus Christ aside.
Can y'all just get it right?
That's one of the best quarterbacks.
JT Daniels Christ.
JT Daniels Christ. Yeah, excuse me. Sorry. Forgive me, Father Christ.
Kenny fucking
probably the best quarterback we're going to see all year, I think.
Who?
Get the kid from Pitt, Kenny. What's his last name?
6-year man.
Mikey, help me out here.
Mikey, are you with us? Are you alive over there? You're kind of frozen.
I'm having some laggy issues on my end, unfortunately. But I'm here.
Okay. What's the quarterback from Pitt's name?
But I don't know. I've been working a COVID unit for the past 2 weeks. So I don't know which way's up. So.
It's no excuse. It's no excuse, Mikey.
Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett, yeah, he was good.
Well,
he's going to be.
That's right.
He's going to be. If he's not the best, he's at least top 3.
All right. Before we get off on too many dirt roads,
Mikey will be back with us.
Let me mention something here. Dren answered this question last week, and we'll extend it sort of retroactively to young Brandon. And we asked Ethan as well. You know, if you were Georgia fans going into the UAB game, what did you need to see? And our answer, Dren's answer, and Ethan's answer were 42 plus points.
I need to see him throw the ball down the field.
We need to see some explosiveness. That's it. All right. All those boxes got checked. Do you agree with that assessment, Brandon?
Pretty much. I mean, I wish the kid would have thrown more touchdowns.
The caveat to that is that box was checked, but it was done by Stetson Bennett.
Yeah.
Daniels Christ didn't play the frickin' game. So, we accomplished our goal, but we did it with a guy that we know is not the guy because we've seen that movie before. We all became Bennett fans after Auburn, and he juked out Marcavius Big Cat Bryant, and we're like, okay, we have a Cinderella story on our hands. And then Bama came in, and, he's leading them into halftime, and then reality crashed down upon us.
Yeah, the Cinderella story, and then that bitch got pregnant and had to have an abortion.
That's what happened.
Jeez.
That's a vivid analogy.
Yeah, things are rough in Tennessee.
Yeah, I know, man.
I sense some bitterness.
Damn, brother, I don't think I'd gone that far. That's saying a lot.
But we checked all the boxes. We said I still don't feel great because we did it with. We did it with the understudies.
Right.
All the understudies played against UAB.
But you have to figure if there's a game where if Kirby had to sit JT, that was the best one to do it early in the season.
Yeah. And
that's also the best shot to get all of the as you call them understudies a shot at actual game reps.
Now there is something to be said about that. You're right. There's no reason for us to get to the end of the season and think, I wish we had done more earlier. Because this is what we did.
I said this last week. I said there's absolutely no no way in the world that those players from UAB belong on the same field as Georgia. The only danger I saw was Kirby getting out coached by Bill Clark, which was a possibility. Bill Clark is a hell of a ball coach. It was a small possibility, but I think it was definitely there. But obviously, I mean,
they don't have good internet in Clemson.
Or Bainbridge.
He's in Bainbridge.
They don't have bad internet in Bainbridge. They don't have any at all.
So,
Mike, you put some more voltage on the hamster.
Does anyone here think that South Carolina is going to give Georgia trouble this weekend?
No.
If trouble comes, it will come in the form of Jordan Birch, I think, being more talented.
He's not a starter. He won't be playing. He's not on the starting. He's not a starter. That's all I can tell you. They named the 4 starters. I just read it today. The 4 starters that they said what you're saying could be, his name was not in that 4-man group.
Really?
I'll pull it if you go.
I completely believe you, but man, that is also
he's not a starter. Jordan Birch does not start. That doesn't mean he won't come in and do what you're saying, but he is not a starter, which leads me to believe he has not. He might be one of those kids who needs a year to mature.
I say this with plenty of hyperbole, but if they don't strap a mattress to the grad assistant's back, he may be living on a stretcher.
Well, the other word is that Doty might be able to play.
That's what I read.
He has a foot injury, and he is a running Sam Ehlinger type of quarterback. He likes to slam his big body into people. I don't know that that's the kind of thing I would want to do against Georgia.
Would you guys want to run a running quarterback against Georgia based on what you've seen so far?
I mean, if you mean by running for your life, I mean running for your life. I mean. Maybe, yeah, but I mean,
I got a nose tackle
as far as counting
back down from halfway across the field. I'm just letting you know that.
No.
Yeah,
I think that's one of those "how big of a boy are you" kind of questions, right there.
How big of a boy are you? Jesus, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't see any. The question is can we do to South Carolina what we just did to UAB? And I think the answer to that is yeah. I think the answer really is we can do whatever we want to.
We can move on from Georgia if you guys will answer in earnest this question.
Okay.
Will South Carolina be the team to score the first offensive touchdown against Georgia?
No. If the same D line that showed up against Clemson shows up against South Carolina will be lucky to get past the 50.
Brandon?
I don't see it happening. I mean, they start getting into trick plays and some of this silly playground shit that other teams have resorted to. I mean,
you think Georgia might push them into some desperation?
Could be.
I think that would almost definitely happen.
Mikey?
Yeah.
Unless Shane Beamer borrows Frank's thing,
Little Frank.
Beamer, yeah. Then no. South Carolina does not score a touchdown on Georgia.
Okay. Oh man, I'm going to go a step further, Matt, and I'm going to say this: Georgia's next 3 games: South Carolina, Vanderbilt, and Arkansas. I'm going to say that Georgia won't give up their first offensive touchdown until the Hogs come to Athens.
I think it'll be the Hogs.
I think it will be the Hogs. And if we can seg now, let me seg into this. Woo, pig suey.
and I would almost be like, oh, good for you. Those are my boys from the West.
Here's your lollipop, Sam.
We were just singing the praises of Hudson Card.
I got the notes here. Every single one of us took Texas.
And now his happy little ass is on the bench.
Every one of us took Texas.
Yes.
And every one of us took Ohio State. And before we talk about that, let's talk about Texas. Texas didn't get beat. It's not like that Arkansas covered. It ain't that. Arkansas went in there and put the boots to them boys. All right.
Well, they emasculated them.
I was watching the game and Matt called me. He said, Are you seeing this? I said, oh yeah, I'm seeing it. He goes, oh my God. And we sat there on the phone one there for a while. He goes, man, this is just like, was it you that was talking about it's like no more of a game than it is a game between the guy with the club and the baby seal? Like it was that.
I believe that was your quote.
Yeah. It was a mashing. Yeah, curb stomp. Yeah, there's it. Now it's time to use the word curb stomp there, Dren. But the gif from the Simpsons where oh my God, he's already dead. That whole thing is like, yes. And Arkansas just kept kicking. And Dren, that SEC shorts that you posted the other day is dead on. I mean, Texas is sitting here thinking, yes, we want to get into the SEC, and then they get a hold of Arkansas, who admittedly is a bottom tier team. They're good. Hey man, listen, they're a good feel good story. Pittman is coming there and he's done wonders for the program, but let's face facts. Last year they won 3 ball games. They were a 3-7 football team. Those are facts. Okay. Could they, should they, whatever. They were a 3-7 football team, and they just took the shorthorns out behind the dumpster and put 2 right behind the ear. Right. It is
steers.
Bruh, when Texas gets into the league, where are they going to go? Where are they going to go find a win? You can't play Vanderbilt every week. You know what I mean? That ain't how it works. So maybe they'll get there someday, but it ain't right now. It ain't this second.
Where does Ohio State go from here?
Ohio. So we're gonna pivot like that, huh? Well, first of all, Texas is back. All right, Texas is back.
We got plenty of time to deal with Texas. They think they're coming aboard. Oregon from the Pac-12 went up into Columbus and went, nah, not today.
I texted you. I knew you were at work, and I knew that you were radio silent. And you didn't want to hear it, right? But I texted you early on in that game, and I said, Matt, you better tune in because Oregon is running all over
CJ Verdell. Does anybody know about him before this last Saturday?
I think I might have been able to tell you that he played for Oregon. And that would have been the end of the story. Like I wouldn't have been able to say more than that. I think he plays for Oregon.
He's one of those Mater D guys. I was watching the highlights. That dude was like, "Hey, what's up? I'm about to give you my Barry Sanders." And you ain't nope, none of you. They had no answer for it. And this is Ohio State. They're supposed to be. I know they got a good offense.
State.
Go ahead.
The Ohio State.
Don't forget. Yeah. Dude, I know the score was 35-28, and that looks like something on paper. But go back and watch that game.
It wasn't that close.
It was not that close.
No.
Oregon clearly flexed on those boys, and Ohio State's got problems. They are in a real bind. So here is a legitimate picture. All right, listen. Say what you will. Alabama right now, I think, has already punched their ticket to the college playoffs. I think that if they win the SEC, they're in the playoffs. And if they lose in the SEC championship game, I think they're still in the playoffs. I believe that. You guys can talk about whatever you want to, but I believe that. I believe that Georgia and Oregon are currently playing blockers to Ohio State and Clemson. I think it's going to be hard for Ohio State and Clemson, not impossible, but it's going to be hard for them to get past their blockers. And who's going to pick up that 4th spot? Is it Oklahoma? Is it Ohio State? Is it Clemson? Is it Notre Dame? You know what I mean? Like who is it going to be? Is it Cincinnati?
Cincinnati.
It is not a situation that any of those teams really want to be in, because now you have no room for error at all. And it ain't even a situation where you have a razor thin margin for error. No, you have 0 room for error. Those teams cannot make errors for the rest of the way, or they're gone. Right? They're off the island. So
it's been that way for years now with Alabama at the top of the heap like this.
Yeah.
And like I said before, I mean, at some point, the law of diminishing returns is going to hit Nick Saban. It's a fact.
Yeah.
It's around here.
It's got to fall off.
as is tradition around here, and I think we've spoken our piece about Georgia, and we've touched on some other out-of-conference stuff. We extend the courtesy of touching on the teams of our guests. We've got a Clemsonite, and we got some Voltards. Let's start with the Voltards. Tennessee Tech, are they going to have anything for you?
And will you cover the spread?
I mean,
I ain't even looked at the spread.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Do you know what it is, Brandon?
No, I have no idea.
Fuck the spread. Are you guys going to win the game?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, all right, I believe you. You got Florida next. And Florida's going to be coming off an emotional night in the swamp against the number one team in the country.
I thought you were about to say coming off a big win. I
Dude,
thought you were just going to go and say.
An emotional night. Take that how you will. What are you going to have for Florida?
Well, if they can clean up some of this sloppy ass shit they do at trying to body slam people on the fucking football field.
Nice. They were a couple of good ones of those. I saw 2 times. One of them got overturned, but yeah.
Well, got waved off. Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing, and I was saying this to Brandon the whole time. Jeremy Banks has $1 million body and about a 2-cent brain.
Wait, say that one more time.
He has $1 million body and about a 2-cent brain.
Who was that? Who were you talking about?
Jeremy Banks, 33.
Oh, okay. I missed the first part.
Linebacker. He's the one that got. He'll make 4 or 5 just brilliant plays in a row that help, and then he'll commit he'll miss a coverage, or he'll get a personal foul that absolutely is just backbreaking.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just. I mean, I kept telling Brandon, I said, just please God, let him not. Let's let him not implode, because when the kid.
That's what I just saw that Nick. Yeah. Sorry.
When the kid's good, he's really good.
So, what are you going to do against Florida? Should we save that? You guys want to think about that for a week?
Yeah, I think I do.
Let's hang on to it. Let's see if you guys can beat Tennessee Tech, or if you're just talking. Mikey, you guys have Georgia Tech. You guys have also not given up an offensive touchdown. Let's not forget those Tigers of Clemson. We talked about it with Georgia. Clemson has not given up an offensive touchdown either. Will Georgia Tech be the first?
Maybe it'll take Mikey 5 minutes to hear you.
I'm going to you like this. I was talking to Mitch yesterday on the phone. Yeah, I was talking to Mitch on the phone yesterday, and we were talking about upcoming weeks. And he said, "Who does Clemson have this week?" I said, "I think we have an off week." And then I realized we're playing Georgia Tech. So I mean,
he didn't correct himself.
You do.
Yeah. So.
Are you expecting an ass waxing?
I look.
Well, hell, it is a Saturday.
Learn
for
how
God's
to
sakes.
That's right. No, if Jay can
sucks. He's moving away from Jordan Davis. You hate to see it.
If he can get a little finesse, a little touch, and not throw every crossing route 9,000 miles an hour as a receiver, or directly at a defensive lineman hand, then maybe we'll see something there. But no, I don't think Tech scores a touchdown on the first team or second team defense. I'll put it.
How do you fuck up a crossing route like
that? How do you do it? Say that again, Brendan.
How do you fuck up a crossing route like that? It's
DJ
crossing route. See? It's not rocket science.
DJ had some, he had some Mark Wohlers going on the other day. I mean, he was throwing as hard as he could and
throw this into the air,
not getting anybody on the other end. Yeah, right.
kind of reminds us of somebody, right, Brandon?
Just a bit outside.
Bro, how many times well, first of all, are we going to see Joe? Is it Joe Milton? Joe Milton? Are we seeing?
I think,
are we done?
Let me pull the up. I don't think we're done, but I think. By the way, spread's 29.
29?
Yes.
I just looked up 19 and a half, and Nick posted 19 and a half too.
That was for Georgia Tech, right? Or was
that was for Tennessee and
I saw 29.
Okay.
It's going to be more than
I just looked at the MGM Grand, and it's not even listed on their sheet, so I don't know.
Whoops.
Well, do you want to bet it? I don't want to bet it. I honestly don't want to. I honestly don't want to bet it. Like, you can put any number up there. I'm not sure that I feel comfortable betting it right now.
I shall return.
Yeah. So
I've never picked Tennessee to cover. I would have had it a million years ago.
Yeah, I do want to address this. What Josh?
Championship.
I want to address what our boy Josh Suggs says here. He says, "Evening, guys. This is the last you'll hear from me. I'm relocating to an undisclosed location. I don't feel comfortable living in such a close proximity to Jordan Davis. God bless and Godspeed." So thank you. First of all, hey, glad you joined us, Josh. We're happy to have you around, and maybe one of these days we can get you on the show, because I know that above all you like to talk and sometimes even talk about football. So, what were we talking about? Tennessee.
Let's see if I can get that on the.
I don't think they've released a depth chart this week, but I think it's going to be Hooker.
What you got there, Mikey? What are you trying to show us?
Just said that I look beautiful tonight, so just thought I'd share that with you guys.
Who said that?
Put the seat down.
Josh sent you that?
About 5
okay.
pounds lighter.
Yeah.
Josh never texts me.
Josh Suggs. Yeah.
It's gonna be Hooker. I'm also kind of excited to see we finally get Byron Young, who should have been with us from the very beginning. I mean, it's one of the most bullshit things I've ever seen the NCAA do. They penalized this kid because he went to this school, and he's from Mobile. He went to this school that was purporting itself to be a football academy, and so his parents sent him there to give him a better shot at doing at becoming, getting noticed. And the team only played 2 games and they folded. So he goes through 2 years of JUCO. He qualifies. He gets in. They bring him over, and the NCAA says, "Oh, your eligibility is screwed up because you played for these 2 teams." These are the same fuckers that wouldn't punish Baylor, who still haven't punished LSU. And you're going to tell me this kid, for something that was not his fault, is going to get held out? You're going to tell me that you're just going to ignore IMG because you know what those fucking people are doing down there in Florida. You know exactly what those kids are there for. It ain't to get an education.
Well, it's called IMG Football Academy.
I know.
Yeah.
Why aren't we questioning those kids' eligibility? Is my question. Why are we? Why don't they do that?
On another show, we should do an expose.
I want to talk about Bishop Sycamore.
Oh man, but not tonight. That was going to ask. I was going to ask you.
And I'm sorry, I got up on the rant, but that just. I mean, if you want to know why the NCAA is dying a slow, agonizing, painful death,
stupid shit like this.
Exactly.
Free Luke Ford. That's all I got.
Yeah, for real, dude. By the way, Luke Ford is out there looking pretty good this year. I watched him play for was it Illinois, right? He plays for Illinois.
But not as good as Brock Bowers.
So that's very true.
Sorry.
And let me tell you something. Our boy Walter Nolan is looking pretty damn fierce.
Walter Nolan.
He is the number one defensive line prospect.
Oh yes, the guy who was going to play for the Bulldogs. That guy.
And he moved to Knoxville. He plays for Powell High School.
Has he?
Which is in North Knoxville. Huh?
Has he committed?
Oh, not yet, but he will.
Okay.
Oh, he will commit.
Oh, we're working on him.
He ain't going to
yell. That's all I know.
No.
Well, we'll see about all that. He probably won't. He's cool when you look. They rank him hot, warm, cool. He's cool to Georgia.
I'll tell you something. Rodney Garner. Hey, y'all had y'all's love affair with Rodney Garner.
While we're at it,
he's ours now. He's ours now. And we'll get him.
R.I.P. Paris Harrelson.
Oh, let's go ahead and throw Norm Macdonald in there too while we're at it, Brandon.
Norm Macdonald.
Yeah.
Shit, that is hard. I love Norm Macdonald's comedy.
I'm really kind of scared to see who the third is going to be because that's just kind of.
Yeah. Well, I
always happens.
I'll let you know. All right.
Yeah.
So,
hey, I'll let you know, then you can post it.
What do you guys say about let's get into these picks?
Do them.
We're already 45 minutes in, and I know Matt's got to work early in the morning. So, without further ado, what you all came for, or maybe not. First game, CBS game, 3:30 afternoon game. Alabama goes to the Swamp to take on Florida. Now that this is the spreads, I want to say these spreads that you will see may be different now, but these were the spreads as of yesterday morning when I made this thing. So that's what we're looking at here. And let's what if we? I'll start this one if y'all want to. There's 5 of them, and I think we just go clockwise around, and everybody gets to go first, and everybody gets to go last. So Alabama goes to Florida, and they got a 15. They're favored by 15. I'll tell you what. Let's look at this. Look at this. I want to. Can I share? I can share my screen, right?
You should be able to.
Yeah. So I want to do this. This is going to be. It's going to be pretty good here. Share screen. Yep. And yep. And yep. Okay. You guys see that?
Yep.
I posted this thing on the Field of Streams Facebook group last night, and it's a pick'em contest. I thought, you guys can listen to us pick, or you can play along. And so far we've gotten several people play along. And what you see there is the big the Pac-Man shaped piece of that pie graph is the folks who think that Alabama will cover. Alabama will win by more than 15 points. I'm doing this for Ethan.
You're dead to me.
Go Gator. Go Gator.
Yeah, you're dead to me.
I think that Alabama wins, but Florida covers. All right.
I think there's a really interesting kind of dynamic here. Because here's the question. Of course, Ethan's not here to answer this. But if Florida gets blown out, is Mullen on the hot seat?
No,
I think so.
Not on this game, maybe.
Yeah, not this game. This season.
I mean, Mitch, I agree with you. I think Florida's going to cover. I think it's going to end up being like Alabama by 10 to 13. Somewhere between 10 to 13.
I'm going to be writing all this down.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did Josie say?
In time. In time.
That sounded a little salty and hateful, Trent.
We should have gotten Claris picks, Mikey.
Oh, Mikey does. He has them. He has
good.
them.
Oh, excellent.
We will get to him.
Little cousin on cousin action here.
Matt, who are you taking in this game here?
Not going to. Stranger things have happened. It's not going to surprise me if Florida puts up a good fight or even upsets Alabama. It's not going to. Stranger things have happened to perceptibly better Alabama teams. It is the Swamp. That's got to count for something. So that's why I've got if I'm going to maintain credibility, I've got to take Bama and all them points. Because every one of you just sat here and said Bama's who we said they were going to be, and who you say they're going to be is the number one team in the country. And the number one team in the country goes into the swamp and beats Florida by 21 minimum.
Hold up. I said, when that question came up, I said Georgia. I did not say Alabama. I said Georgia.
Well, I didn't ask you. Okay.
Okay, so
Georgia is who they are, but you didn't come back and say, well, Bama has some doubts. So most of everybody in this room, and we're not going to split hairs, Dren, you didn't come out and doubt Bama. Bama, we think, is who they say they're going to be. The number one team in the country goes into a Florida team who doesn't have an impressive body of work against the teams they've played. They've got a quarterback situation. Dan Mullen's a clown. Florida's talented, but I think Florida and Georgia have switched places this year. Last year, Bama's going to go in there and get that ass.
Okay.
And for the record, Ducati, I always doubt Alabama. It's in my DNA.
Brandon, what is your take on this one?
Well, I was thinking of along the lines of Mr. Ducati. I don't love that 15 points, more than 2 touchdowns, but I think Bama goes in there and takes care of business. And their first big matchup, I think they're going to get after Florida. And Florida ain't going to have an answer for it.
Okay. Mikey? Mikey, you there? Hello?
No, he's gone.
Down goes Mikey.
Well, I can tell you.
Down goes Mikey.
I have his picks right here. Mikey wants Bama as well. Okay, so Mikey wants Bama. That's what he put in the pick'em contest, and here it is, the moment you've all been waiting for. Josie says that as long as she can have 15 points, she wants them Gators. So Josie's taking Florida. All right.
No, Dren, did you pick Florida to cover?
I picked Florida. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I
think Bama's going to win, but I don't think they're going to cover 15.
You don't think they? Okay.
I say 10. I said 10 to 13.
So,
Ethan
also
took Florida.
Dren? Do you hate all children, Dren?
No.
I hate most of them, though, if you're asking me.
Trying to get Mikey back on here. Hey, Mikey, I went ahead and gave him your pick. You had Bama in the contest. I don't know if you can hear me now, but you there?
No, I got nothing, man. My connection's terrible, I guess. I'm here. I'm going with Bama to cover easily.
Go.
Easily
says. Okay.
I think it'll be worse than 15, but we'll see. It won't surprise me if it goes the other way. I won't lose any sleep if Florida upsets Bama. Stranger things have happened.
Oh okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't foresee it happening. No.
So
the next game on the slate, the 4:00 game.
Guys, hey, look, I'm sorry to interrupt and throw things off. I'm losing my connection and everything. I enjoyed it. I do want to say that Michael Pratt is the best quarterback in the FBS at Tulane. So be on the lookout. And I hope you guys have a good night. I'll talk to you next week, maybe.
Okay, Mikey.
Peace,
right, man. Darn shame about that. So we got Memphis, we got Mississippi State. Mississippi State traveling to Memphis. Mississippi State. I don't know, man. I was shocked by this spread here. Mississippi State is a 3-point favorite on the road in Memphis. Let's see. I think Ducati. I think this is
Is it my turn?
I just booted Mikey out of there. All right.
Is it my turn to go?
Yeah. So just so you know, this is what we're looking at here on the screen. We got the pie chart there, and the blue portion are the folks that are taking Mississippi State. So Mississippi State appears to be a slight favorite amongst the Behind the Hedges viewers.
I'm leading off.
Yep.
I'm going to take Mississippi State. I think Pirates got just enough of a talent quotient difference here. And Memphis, you asked me to do research. They look like all offense, no defense. Well, who does that sound like?
Par for the course.
Mississippi State, and I think Mississippi State's got the bigger studs. I'm going to go Mississippi State on this one.
Okay. Dren, what you got?
This is going to be a little bit of a track meet until I think about the fourth quarter of Mississippi State's defense, which I think held up pretty well against NC State. Kind of finally gets their act together and stops Memphis. So yeah, I'll take the Maroon in the 3.
Okay. Brandon, it's on you, buddy.
Same. I mean, Memphis has nothing to stop them. I mean, I think it's going to be close, and like these numbers say, you're basically picking whoever you think's going to win is going to take it out. I'm going to call it the SIP, though, in honor of Mr. Tidwell.
The SIP?
Yeah, the SIP.
All right, so you're taking the Bulldogs too. Let's see. I am also going to take Mississippi State, so that puts Mikey taking Memphis and everybody else, including Josie, taking the Bulldogs. All right, so let's see here. Interessante.
Do we want to save this one for last?
No, I want to do this one right now because it comes next.
Okay.
In the order. This is South Carolina visits Georgia, ESPN game, 7 o'clock. Georgia is favored by 30.5. 30.5. And your red portion on the screen there, the red portion are the Field of Streams fans who are taking Georgia to cover that. So
Dren, looks like you're up.
That's God, that's a lot of points.
God, that's a lot of points.
It is.
Yeah, you're right.
Points last week.
Conference play, that's a lot of points, guys.
That is.
But I'm gonna stand by what I say. I don't think South Carolina gets past the 50. That I don't think they even sniff the Georgia side of the field. I think Georgia wins this 35 to 42 to nothing.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Georgia.
I like it.
I'm gonna take Georgia.
Okay, Brandon, what about it, buddy?
That's some wishful thinking. That's a shit ton of points, dude.
It is.
I mean,
I agree with you.
That's a lot. Especially, like I said, for conference play. I think Georgia's got them handily. I don't know about that 30.5, though. So
I just need you to say the word. Just say the word.
What? Georgia by 23, 27?
I just need you to say Gamecocks. That's all I need you to say. Go Cox.
Never fucking ever.
The Fighting Beamers.
Am I putting you down for Scar or for UGA? What am I doing here?
Oh no, I don't think they'll get 30 points on them. I'm going with South Carolina.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so that means I am next there. I'm taking the Dogs.
Shocking.
All right, so with that being shocking and all, do you think South Carolina? What do you think the score is going to be?
I don't think that South Carolina will score, and if they do score, it'll be on a field goal. So maybe they get 3. And I think that Georgia will get in the 40s.
Maybe. That just seems like so many points to try to. I mean, shit.
I don't disagree with you, but it's.
I mean, they're terrible. I don't think they'll score a touchdown either. I think they might score 1 to 2 field goals, and could be like a 6 to 30. Some odd situation. I think that 30 was a 30.5.
Yeah,
that's a lot. I mean, congratulations.
Anybody want to know what I think?
Yeah, I do. I definitely do.
I'm taking the Dogs and all them points. You fitting to see a flaying. You know what flay means? The ancient Assyrians used to flay people alive. That's what's about to happen in Athens because we remember. We remember what happened the last time the Cox came to Athens. And if Kirby tried to play it off, you bet your ass. Behind the scenes, We remember.
What happened?
42-3.
What happened the last time that the Gamecocks put hard times on the Bulldogs there, Ducati?
Hard times.
They put hard times on us. It was 18, wasn't it? No, 19. 19. We were playoff bound with Jake Fromm calling the shots, and they came in there and Muschamp. Mitch, we talk about it to this day. Muschamp blueprinted how to beat Jake Fromm. Everyone then copied that blueprint, and Georgia was never much of a factor for the rest of his career.
Correct.
We remember.
Correct.
I was trying to bait you, man. Damn it, you didn't go.
Oh yeah, we're not gonna get Dusty. We're not gonna get Dusty again.
He said, "You see that right there? That's $100 dip can, baby." So up next, 7:30 game on ABC. I think this is going to be a good one. Auburn's going into Happy Valley, and Penn State's favored by 5.5. 5.5.
Ooh, whose turn is it? I think it's Brandon's turn, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 5.5. Penn State. Damn. Shit the bed. I'm gonna go Penn State on this.
Oh, Brandon.
All right.
All right, got you, fam. Let me see here.
I try to be good and nice and sweet, and I try not to hate anybody. But
you don't want to know what I almost said,
James Franklin's not just an asshole; he's a full-on flaming asshole.
Okay. Soon to be the next head coach for the USC Trojans.
Fight on, baby.
You think it's going to be him? You don't think it's going to be?
No, it'll be Luke Fickell, but it's fun to talk about James Franklin.
Yeah, I mean,
Luke Fickell's going to USC. Y'all can bet that.
This is more of a hope pick. I'm picking Auburn.
All right, got you there.
Because I will always vote in favor of watching James Franklin get his ass kicked.
Mitch is also. I'm taking Auburn. I really don't even need the points. I'm going to take them anyway. But I think Auburn wins the game outright. I think they're better than Penn State.
You know what? Let me know when it's my turn.
It is. It's your turn.
You have spent the last off season telling me how much trash Auburn is. Trash.
Yes.
In multiple scenarios.
Correct.
You're going to take them to come up to Happy Valley and not you win? You full of shit. Penn State's got this one.
Okie
in a whiteout game.
Okie dokie.
See, that was my determining factor. If they were in Jordan Hare, I might go Auburn. Maybe.
Oh, if they were at Jordan Hare, you would have to go Auburn because Auburn automatically covers the spread just when you get off the bus to that place.
Yeah, that's true.
So, final pick for the evening, ESPN2 8 o'clock game. Tulane goes to Ole Miss. Ooh. Ole Miss is favored by 14.5. Now, I'm pretty sure that line has changed. But this is the one we're going with. 14.5. What an odd and crooked number, right? Who is for? I went first the first time, so this would be.
Sir.
Oh shoot! Well, I guess it would have been Mikey, but I guess it's now me. Okay, I got no.
I haven't gone first.
I am going to take. I'm going to take Ole Miss to cover, even though Mikey wants, or he says that quarterback from Tulane is legit. Mikey is taking Tulane. So, I'm taking Ole Miss. I'm a believer. I'm a believer in Kiffin. I know you guys hate him, but I think that the man is on a mission to score some points. Yeah. Sugg says the spread is way off. Bet this one, guys. Ole Miss. All right. So yeah. Do with it what you will, Mr. Ducati.
I'm taking Ole Miss, man.
Okay.
There's a lot of people who make their living talking like we're talking, saying that Ole Miss is going to be the one to knock off Bama. They just believe it. Well, there's got to be a reason why they believe it. And that reason is they're going to score a whole bunch of points, and you're not going to be able to keep up with them. I'm taking them over Tulane.
Okay. So that leaves Dren and Brandon. Dren, you with us?
Yeah.
He's thinking real hard.
Yeah, I am. Can't you hear the gears grinding? Fellas, I'm taking the blue-green wave on this one.
The blue-green wave?
Yeah, they're the green wave, but their uniforms are fucking blue. Yeah, notice that.
Just so you know, I don't know if you guys can still see it on the screen there. That two-thirds roughly of our viewers see Ole Miss as being the winner there. Dren is going to take Tulane. Okay.
Here's the thing. Tulane is gonna upend somebody.
Okay.
Yeah.
They really should have beaten Oklahoma.
I think Oklahoma was that somebody. I really do. I think that was.
I think Ole Miss probably wins, but I think Tulane's gonna scare shit out of them. I'm taking Tulane 14 plus 14.5.
Okay. Brandon.
Even though I hate it, I ain't gonna be able to look at myself in the morning. I'll pick Ole Miss. I think you need more than a damn good quarterback to play the football game, and they're not gonna be able to stop Ole Miss with that Tulane defense. I mean, they might scare the shit out of them. It might be a little closer than what Ole Miss would think it is, but I think that 14, they'll cover that like nobody's business.
I will be honest with you. I would really prefer it were 13.5. I would really prefer it, but
Is this another Tulane home game that they're having to play on the road?
That's a good question. I actually don't know the answer to that.
Because the Oklahoma game was a home game.
Right.
Oklahoma, I think they were supposed to play that in the dome.
Yeah, I'm assuming Tulane is not open for business.
No,
they might be a team without a country this year.
Yeah.
And that's going to take a toll. That's going to take a toll. You know,
Oh yeah.
So that's why I say maybe Oklahoma was their shot. Maybe Oklahoma was their shot. I'm going to tell you this though. Josie took Tulane.
I kind of see this as a little bit of a trap.
A little bit, yeah.
What is the game of the weekend?
The game of the weekend? I think Auburn, Penn State. Honestly,
probably, yeah.
What about you, Matt? What
you don't think it's Florida, Bama?
I think that game has the potential to be very, very interesting in it, but like it also has a potential to be very, very boring by halftime.
Well, let me share some thoughts of one of the Florida players, a guy by the name of Brenton Cox. If you haven't
I don't know this man. Who is he?
He had a question for Bama that he put out on social media, which was a mistake.
Okay.
Not him saying it. Social media was a mistake. Brenton Cox said, "We're ready, of course. The big question is, are they ready?"
Let me say something about
that. Is deep.
Isn't Brenton Cox Brian Cox's son?
He's the sloppy seconds of Georgia's linebacking core that went to Florida.
He's not Brian Cox's son.
Okay.
He is the man when Georgia was dominating Tua and they had to bring Jalen back into the game. He is the man who Jalen broke his ankles to score the game winner.
He's the one who lost contain on Jalen Hurts.
And then he played for the Gators the next year. So
that tells you that tells us everything we need to know.
So that man
about him.
That man has already called down the thunder. He just climbed to the top of the Bubba Gump shrimp boat and said, "Is that all you got?"
It's me and you. I'm right here.
Brenton Cox, you ain't got no legs.
Magic legs.
That's what happened when Jalen Hurts ran by. Brenton Cox, you ain't got no legs. Man. Well, hey boys, that's it. We darn near got it under an hour there, but good show. Good. Thank you for coming by, Brandon. When can we expect to see the very, very orange live stream?
When's it happen?
Well, Brandon will be on the road on Saturday, so we're going to have to do. I mean, I would like to try to stick to what I keep telling people: Thursday at 9:30.
Thursday night, 9:30.
Yeah,
I'll try to make it.
Because Brandon will be traveling from his undisclosed location.
Are you bunkering with Josh Suggs, Brandon? Is that what's going on here?
Yeah, why yes.
Trying to get as far away from Jordan Davis as you possibly can. All right, before we go, I've been lax in my duties. I should have played this a couple times, but before we go, let me get this on here. All right, just so you know, like, share, and subscribe. And also, if you like this channel, subscribe to us. You will get for free the Very Orange live stream too, come into your homes. And Brandon, you and I are gonna have to get together and share and fix up your YouTube. Hey, you know what? I could do a sneak peek for you right now. If you'd like to show the people at home.
Those people. Put it out there, baby.
I think I still have it on this computer, if I'm not mistaken.
Whet their appetites.
There it is. There it is. Matt, you might just want to log off.
What is this shit? What is happening here? What are you doing?
This is what your partner did for us last week, Mr. Ducati.
I'm trying to upload it, boys. I don't. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, but I'm trying. But Dren asked me, he said, "Hey man, can you make us a snazzy little intro for the Very Orange live stream?" And I said, "Yeah, let me see what I can do." And I was home with both kids, and oh man, I started working. I mean, Henry got up at like 7 o'clock, and I was in there making the coffee and whatnot. And I was like, "All right, I'm just going to do this thing." And I started working on it. What was it, about 11:30 when I messaged you boys, and I was like, check out this thing. So it's man, I don't know if it's gonna load.
Good.
But,
you bastard.
I'm sure you will see it. And as always, gentlemen, you are more than welcome to come on our show and
oh, absolutely.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second.
Here we go.
That's not bad.
I like it. I mean, halfway jokingly, I say the only thing that's missing at the very end is a smoky howl. We can figure out a way to throw that in there.
If you can get me an audio file of that mutt screaming.
Oh, hey, they had a good one during the Bowling Green game. Coach was down there in the end zone with him, and mic'd him, and had a. I mean, it was.
All right, send me the MP3 and I'll put it in there for you. All right,
I'll find it.
Very happy for you. I'm glad you have that riveting intro of your relevancy that's 25 years old.
absolutely zero banjos.
Yeah.
No, and by the way, sports fans, not for the last time, Rocky Top is not the goddamn fight song.
Ain't nobody caring. Woo! Hey boys, it's late. I gotta go to bed.
I'm fitting to be hurting tomorrow.
Yeah. All right, Matt. We'll catch you later. We'll see y'all next Tuesday night, and see you boys on Thursday night.
Yep.
Peace.
Yeah. Thanks, man.